Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. On the return, here comes Reed. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. Oh, hang on there. Hang on a moment. Looks like we've got an injured player on the kick return. They're going to check on him now. Ball at the 33 for first down.
Let's go now.
On the option, they give it to Brooks. His push straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Has a man, it's Brooks. Running down the left side. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he got there to make the stop at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Ready up.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Mustang 19. Go.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. And it's cut in the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Eddie Pinheiro on now for the extra point. And he sends the point after right through the uprights. And the Panthers tie things 10-10. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. The play fake, he'll throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Trying again, following the sack. He puts some power on a deep one left. They connect on the deep shot. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Nico Collins with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here comes Reed. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Young on the play action. Throw is there for Ja'Tavion Sanders. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Looking for a target. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On 2nd and 10, Young hits his running back. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Brooks. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw. Here's Young. He's got this complete to Dameon Pierce. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina! The Panthers can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Point after from Pinheiro is up and good. And the Panthers make it 17 all. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing from the gun here. He beams one deep right side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He's dropping back to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Collects this at the 32. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And it's going to be Panthers football. First and 10 from the 41. Now a shotgun handoff to Brooks. And he has enough room to gain about 4. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at the vault. The Panthers driving for a score and a halftime lead. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go, here we go. 19 Lions.
Out of the gun, Young. Oh no, they get him yet again. Trayvon Merrick has it.
Von Mitten man. I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Finding Collins. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 40. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for Raiders 1st.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
70 Lions. Let's go now.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 34. Into heavy coverage, and that's intercepted. And the Panthers take over as he records his 10th career INT. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked on a guy out, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it'll give the Panthers a first down. One play in, and this drive is already in enemy territory. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So that brings up 2nd down.
Here we go, set. Go.
Young working from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Set.
3rd and long, Young. Complete beyond the marker. They get 27 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
He lets one fly deep downfield. And he will score. It's a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers get some late points and the lead. DJ Moore, the touchdown. Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Rush coming off the edge, and they block it. The Raiders pick it up.
You just never know what could be the play at the end of the game that we look back on and say, you know what? That was the play that decided it all. It seems small now. It's just a little old point, right? But if this one stays close to the end, keep an eye on that block because that single point could loom very, very large.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Another try following the sack. Trying for the deep ball. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. Nico Collins, the intended target. And things look tougher now with third and long. They're going play action. That's taken in by Tucker. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Looks like they will indeed try it, 4th and 2. Looking to throw. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential first down.
He tries to sneak it, and they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. He's got to drive this one 53 yards down the middle. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now give left side. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Back to the well again. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Let's go now.
3rd and 4 coming up now.
Go.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And 4th and 4 coming up. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Begins his return at the 16. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be their football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Ready. Hut, hut.
Hand off here for Brooks. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Buffalo 18. Ready.
Young looking to throw. Gets this to Sanders. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. On 1st down, here comes Brooks. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
Here we go. Set.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Tiger. 19 Tiger. Ready.
Shotgun snap now to Young. That's complete. Here's Brooks. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. 1st down from the red zone. The throw is caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Pierce does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Quick pass, right side, complete. He has the Carolina touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. Great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Collins there to grab it. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Offense in the hurry up here. Shotgun now on third down. That's caught for the first. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a gain of 4. And that's a Vegas first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. They'll throw it again. He connects with his back deep down the middle. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Still sticking with the passing game. That's caught at the 4. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders shrinking the lead some in the third. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. On the return, here comes Reed. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. On the give, it's Brooks. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in the phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Go.
Here's 2nd and 11. Finds his man over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll give the Panthers a first down. Out of the gun, Young. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds, just inside the red zone. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's the Panthers in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over... They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Brooks on the counter. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
Play action now, Young. Flushed out of the pocket. got his target. It's Granson. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Young to throw here on third. He's on the move. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Maher connects there. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a two-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Hits him on the out route. And what a hit there. Alex, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing now on 1st down. Completed over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Looking for a throw here. He fires one deep down the right sideline.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He's looking deep once again. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And the deficit remains 2 scores.
They needed a few things to go right to make a comeback. And the first one, well, you had to. That was not a want to. That was a have to with that field goal. Without it, tough to imagine overcoming a 2-score deficit, Kate.
Carried by Brooks to start the drive. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Running once more with Brooks. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Young to throw it. To the sideline, catch secured. Wow, he made that one look easy for the first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, Shaq. Ready.
From the gun, a give to Brooks. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
And he doesn't get the lane he wants or needs. He's going to be taken down at the line.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Let's go. Go.
Defense shows blitz. Young makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know by now, Kate, what I call that. That's that car wash ball. Just come to life. That's when you throw that ball right through that car wash and you throw it with such velo, it doesn't get whipped. It's do with that kind of accuracy down the field. This dude's elite.
Go.
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Here's Brooks. Runs in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. It's a Jonathan Brooks touchdown. Extra point try now from Pinheiro. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers take a 3-possession lead. Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20.
Ready up.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. He's throwing deep to the left side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
He's got it over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Raiders hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Looking to the air here. He's got the first down grab and still going. And he'll get it up to the 44. Trying to set this up quick. Throwing from the gun here. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Finding Collins. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Raiders first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Let's go now.
He'll throw it yet again. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders get it back to within 2 possessions. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And the Panthers recover the onside kick. That should lock up this win. Even with that kick, there wasn't much chance of pulling off the comeback. And now that they've failed to recover, partner, I'd say this one officially over and done with.
They went out taking every chance they could, right? Swinging as much as possible, but you just can't have this big a deficit this late in the game. Pete Carroll likes to say, can you win a game in the first quarter, the second quarter, third quarter? Nope. You win it when it matters in this league, and that's finishing in the 4th.
Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the Panthers guard the vault and get the win at home. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So for Brock Eward, our incredible